Let's talk about work life balance. One of the biggest reasons for me wanting to step into this world of self employment was the idea of balancing my work life with my personal life. Ironically, I didn't really understand the concept of it at the time, and my definition of work life balance from a year ago when I first started compared to today is slightly different. And I think this might be the case for many people that are working a full time corporate job right now. You might have this dream of building your own business where the only person you have to answer to is yourself. You can wake up whenever you want, and you finally have the time and energy to focus on your health. And plus, you can make a lot more money. Now that I've actually lived a full year of being my own boss, I wanted to share my experience, explain what work life balance means to me, and what it can mean for you. Between you and me, I always had a problem with procrastination. In school, I was always waiting until last minute to study for the test or write the paper. I did great only because I work really well under pressure. Something about the pressure of a deadline and the anxiety of that brings out the best work in me for whatever reason. The problem is, this doesn't really translate well to the working world, or at least in a sustainable way. After graduating, I worked for a few public accounting firms, and most recently, a large corporation managing the data and technology for its tax department. And even though I got promoted quickly and had great reviews, I usually found myself burning out. You see, the working environment in these firms was set up in a way to get the most out of me all the time. In a typical accounting firm during tax season, every project was a fire drill and every day was a deadline. I was always in crisis mode, giving 110%, and I didn't know how to manage it. With each new role, I was hoping to better learn how to pace myself. Starting my own firm allowed me to work on this for myself, and it allowed me to take steps towards finding that work life balance. You see, when you're self employed, no one's checking your timesheets or holding you accountable. And this could be a positive or negative depending on the type of person that you are. For me, it was simply a transition. The first month or two after quitting my full time job for me was all about finding a daily routine. I tried time blocking every hour of the day. I tried waking up to exercise. I tried waking up early to do creative work. I tried waking up early to do deep work. I tried flipping it all around and tried doing all of that at night. I tried working a standard 9 to 5 schedule. I tried no schedule at all. I mean, I was single with no kids, so it was easy to experiment with this. So you might ask, what worked best for you? And after a year's passed, I don't have a good answer for you. I still haven't found that ideal routine. And for me, I think that's kind of the point. The first thing that I realized about work life balance was for me, it meant having flexibility in when I work. I need variety in my day. Sometimes I wake up feeling refreshed and I just want to go for a run. Other days, I want to write on my deck while having a cup of coffee. And sometimes I have to wake up and get some client work out. I have dedicated time blocks to help schedule out certain categories activities, but this is meant to be flexible and it's just to keep me organized. Anyway, this isn't a video about scheduling your day. The point is taking the stress out of having an ideal routine or being on someone else's schedule in your typical corporate environment has made a positive impact on my anxiety levels and productivity. The second thing I learned is that work life balance means having flexibility in how much you work. And don't be fooled by the online gurus. I still work just as much as I did at the public accounting firms, but what I think makes it sustainable and more enjoyable is that flexibility. Today, I woke up and had my morning coffee and finished outlining this video. I'll record it and then I'll edit it a little bit later with the idea of publishing and getting it out to you today. That's because I'm excited to share it. I probably won't have time to do client work, but that's okay. And that's because I spent most of yesterday, which ended up being about 10 hours, doing strictly client work. I had some returns and some summer tax projections that I needed to get out, so I spent most of the time doing that. As you can see, I'm not working less. I'm just working in a way that gives me control. If I want to go on a week-long vacation, which is something that I'm doing next week, I know that I can do that because I can work in anticipation of that vacation and communicate that to my clients. And when I have kids, I know that I'm going to be present for them. There's no arbitrary rules or deadlines keeping me to my desk for a specific period of time, which is something that drove me crazy. I guess if I could summarize it in one sentence, it would be this. To me, work-life balance means that I control my schedule in a way that is sustainable and conducive to the lifestyle that I want to have. But many people have their own definitions. Maybe they want to work a specific number of hours per week. Maybe they want to be able to separate work and life completely. Maybe they want to have some kind of integration. It's different for everybody, and you have to decide what works for you yourself. If you're someone that's thinking about taking that jump and is thinking about starting your own business, I would challenge you to think about it the way that I laid it out, even if just for a moment as a thought experiment. There's a certain reality to the self employed life that might be different than the picture that you have in your head. For me, it was the best decision I ever made. If you like this video and enjoy this content, feel free to like and subscribe to get notified when I post a new video. I'll see you in the next one.